Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked, here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We broadcast 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. And if you'd like to call us, we'll pay for the call. 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. And the best time to call is when we're on the air. And that would be from 9 a.m. through 11 a.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. 866-582-9933. John is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. Dr. Richard Allen Millersville. Welcome, Rick.
Good morning. Good morning. You always laugh when I say it. Am I that creepy?
Well, I called you this morning just before the broadcast started, and on the West Coast, and you said something like "Good morning," and I said, "Good morning."
What's good about it?
And then you go, and then you said, "Who's this?"
You're right. Let's go drink dinner. Yeah. It
So,
gets better and better as it goes down into the black hole. And it's becoming to the public now. Everybody is starting to see what the real problems are. It is wonderful to realize that everybody is waking up and seeing what a small group of men are doing to a large group of children. And when I say that, it's about war. And the way a few old men send all our young and finest off to die for what? Money.
Yeah.
It's all about money. It's not about us minding ISIS or being the parent of saying you can't do that to somebody. It's none of our business in one sense of it. And if people want to travel over there, they do so in their own risk. I remember trying to go to Mexico and worried about bandits. So, I particularly like what Putin did at the United Nations. Got a standing ovation. I mean it. When he said, you want to come to Russia and be a Russian, you speak Russian. And he had a 5-minute standing ovation applaud. The concept of nationalism, and not isolationism, but this New World Order crap is not right, where essentially an agency outside the United States can legally suspend our civil rights at their discretion and pleasure. How does that work?
Well, we the villagers are getting more angry by the second. We really are. And if you look at some of these images from around the world of the police, you can see how heavily armed they really are. And
why are they heavily armed and not in England? Why?
Here's another. We had Joey Kyle, former sheriff of Christian County. He's an admitted criminal. Allegedly, he's going to the federal penitentiary for a year and a day for crimes he committed against we, the villagers. He's a sheriff. We can't trust the sheriffs. We can't, there's nobody to call, Rick. There really is nobody to call. And when you say that these old, what I meant was, nobody, I'm certainly not going to call anybody in the government. Absolutely not. I mean, I can't think of any reason why I would. And so the message is that we have to work with our village, with our neighbors, just as you've said, and that's what we're doing. We're literally doing that. But Rick, this last regime, I mean, well, if you look at the Bushes and you look at the Obamas, they've caused a lot of destruction in the world. I mean, we've exploded a lot of ordnance, and we've fueled the war machine like never before since after World War II. I mean, we've done a lot of damage around the world. It's unacceptable. And I was telling someone over the weekend at a gun show that my stand is really simple. If you see military recruiters on a high school campus, if you see one of these guys who is trying to lure your son or daughter into becoming a target for a war that old men start for their own pleasures and profits, you need to throw those guys off the high school campus. You need to tell them they are to leave immediately and don't come back.
There used to be pride in all of that. Like, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
What's happening today is a loss of trust and values.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, Rick, I recommend that parents who see these guys on the campus literally tell them to leave. And if that doesn't work, then you go to the principal's office and you tell the principal that you, the principal, will tell these guys to leave pronto. And if you don't, we're going to go to the superintendent's office. And if that doesn't work, we're going to run for school board and we're going to fire both of you. Okay? And we're going to go to the newspaper and we're going to make a lot of noise and we're going to demonstrate and we're going to have sit-ins and we're going to take over the school. Because we will not allow our children to be coerced by the military machine that this uniform is so cool and you too can travel the world and we'll give you a free education. But just remember, when you get shot up and wounded and harmed, where you can't get a job.
Veterans Administration going to take care of you. Remember, remind them of what's happening now with all our vets.
That's right. So when you get wounded, we're not going to take care of you. We're just going to delay seeing you in the doctor's office at the Veterans Administration. I mean,
we've had a big shakeup just in that arena, just here in the state of Oregon. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. It's worse than terrible. It's not right.
Mm-hmm. Well, now,
Obama himself, just as an individual, there's in the European Union, 78% of the European Union personally think there's something wrong with him physically. He's got a screw loose.
Well, it sounds like they're joining the rest of us that think there's a screw loose.
And there's a rumor, it's not real, about being able to see into the future with these new software programs. And they're now saying that one of the things the infobots are suggesting that an incident is going to happen where Obama has to remain as president temporarily. How does that work? The only other time that ever happened was Roosevelt. And that is what it's all about, money.
And let's talk about temporarily. I've mentioned on this broadcast that the Garden State, which is now the paved-over state, New Jersey, had a need for revenue. They had a shortfall, whatever that means. And they decided they would implement a temporary 1% sales tax, just temporary. As soon as we pay this shortfall down, we're going to get rid of the sales tax. And then they doubled it from 1/2 cent to 1 cent to 2 to 3 to 4. And now it's probably around 8%. And that was temporary. So these temporary things don't seem to go away. They just don't go away.
The prison systems and the voters here in Grants Pass and in Josephine County, there's a war going on where the county is whining about not having the money because they don't actually do the service. And so no wonder they're not getting their budgets. And now some of the states are having to return the military equipment that was essentially given to them. That is a positive. I'd like to see more of that happening. We don't need armored tanks in our village unless it's to keep out an invader. This whole concept of terrorism is an illusion. Yes, there are creepy people everywhere, but most of it is exacerbated with handlers and manipulation, like all the shootings in different, colleges. Most every single person there was either on or coming off of Prozac, and then there was a, quote, second shooter that got away that somehow manipulated that situation using scopolamine. Now, I'm telling you that none of this is real, and everything bears scrutiny and questioning. And even if it seems reasonable, still question it, because most likely underneath the logic is a bunch of creepy other layers in that onion. And that's what we call convoluted.
Rick,
it's tangled. It has been going on since Hoover. Probably even further back, but I'm going to start with Hoover in terms of when I saw a change of us going from a democracy into a republic, and then it changed from a republic. I don't even know what to call America today. Our vote doesn't mean anything. I've watched how people can win a popular vote and still lose. I don't get it.
Rick, at the top of the hour news, just as we were starting this broadcast, there was a piece that it said, is it possible to vet 65,000 Syrian refugees? And the answer is, it doesn't seem like it's possible. Okay, so yesterday, here's what I said. Mike Parsons called in, and he was wondering if refugees are potential carriers of potential diseases, okay? Meaning, if they're infected, what a great way to get us sick, and then what a great way to ramp up the revenue of the pharmacomafia. Well, I said this. Politicians allowing this are there's only two cases that I can think of. Either they're not smart enough to recognize what's happening and they're unfit to be in office, or they're doing this on purpose because they're bribed, corrupt, or weak, and therefore they're traitors. That's the only two possibilities I can think of. Is there another? I mean, are they just not smart enough to realize what's going on, how they're destroying our country? Or are they doing this because they've been bribed, corrupt, weak, and are traitors? Those are the only two possible reasons.
Vincent, you're breaking up on my side.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can fix that during this break. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us, DocRam.com. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us. I'm Vin Finelli. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I have an important message. Right now, the highest levels of government are struggling against an inevitable crisis, but they're about to lose control. When this happens, it will rip our country apart in ways you never imagined, from where we shop to the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. A few years ago, I warned that the housing prices would collapse. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash, and they did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all. I've posted a free video at $downfall.com. Maybe you'll disagree with my conclusions, but first you need to watch this video and see the facts for yourself. You can watch the video for free right now by going to $downfall.com. Again, that's $downfall.com.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
So, class, we have reconnected with Dr. Richard Allen Miller, and he's on the West Coast. I'm in Missouri. Miles is joining us from Europe. Welcome, Miles.
Hey, good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miles. Hey, Rick, does it sound better?
I'm sorry? Oh, yes.
Does it sound...
Everything's... We had whistling. I'm watching blue jays trying to chase away doves, and the doves won't chase. I put a feeder out, and I like to watch the interaction of different kinds of birds.
Okay, focus.
Kind of like the way the world is.
Focus, Rick. Focus.
Focus. Well, I see the metaphor. The way the different birds interface with each other like the world does.
So, Miles, we're talking about Syria. We're talking about Mike Parsons, and you're calling in from Europe. Tell us what's on your mind.
So Mike Parsons asked yesterday if it's possible that the refugees are bringing in diseases, and it's absolutely positively yes. And it's been done on purpose.
Chickens from China.
Well, it's even better.
Bird flu, avian bird flu, whatever. Yep. Yes. Mm-hmm.
But it's even done absolutely professionally that we get our share with that, because when they come on land in Greece or in Italy, the UNHCR or the WHO are waiting them, and the first thing that they do is they're vaccinating them. Interestingly, they're vaccinating them with some vaccine that more affects us and them. It doesn't matter to them that much as we are being affected with that. Isn't that interesting? So what are we doing? What are we doing is I'm dealing here. We have in my surrounding we have approximately within 50 miles radius we have right now 40,000 refugees. And we are dealing with them on a daily basis. Now the firefighters are armed here. They were taking over duties of the police force, as well as the local militia, because the police is totally overwhelmed. On the other side of the border in Germany, you have buses hauling them off to some headquarters. And when we get in contact, we have like offices that we use for first registration or for contact. We are spraying them with analyte.
That's like Nixol.
That's Nixel, exactly. And we have analyte all over. We have an analyte generator with the firefighters, and we are making approximately 20 liters a day of that, and we're distributing that to all the contact points where we have them. Because when we need to check them, when we have to pat them down, and or we need to check their luggages, then we definitely need disinfection after that.
California has checkpoints where before you have to go through an ag checkpoint before you can enter into the state of California because of the diseases. And in Oregon, one of the primary problems we have in our forest now is the Mediterranean flower moth that eats all the seed cone. They lay larvae in the cone, and then they eat the seed when the seed is developed in the tree. It's a blight of bringing and cross-cultural. And now when we go into space, we're doing the same thing with xenophytes and some of the other extremovites that are bacterial and others that live in a different kind of habitat. And this is the concept of epigenetics and how the environment changes your DNA. And I am concerned because the GMOs, for example, in this concept of epigenetics, will do a genetic transfer of these diseases into other plants and substances. There's a crosstalk going on, and we're only just now. I'm reading a book by May Wen Ho called The Rainbow and the Worm. And she is being blasted by Darwinism, because she's suggesting it's not about evolution anymore, that there's a cross-chatter going on with our environment. Now, that's something to stew about.
Miles, when you talk about analyte water, you're talking about a water that will kill every known disease, isn't that right?
That's absolutely right.
And you're spraying your firefighters with analyte water as a protection mechanism so that they don't bring diseases back to your country.
Back home.
While they're checking, yeah. Pretty serious business. Miles in Europe, Rick Miller, Finelli.
Non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll-free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
My dad was 59 when he collapsed from a heart attack late last year. Just this past August was when we spread his ashes on the St. Croix River. I loved my dad, but boy was he stubborn. He hadn't been to the doctor in over 25 years. His excuse? He simply couldn't afford it. He wasn't a rich man by any means. At less than $107 per month, libertyoncall.org would have been the perfect alternative for my father. Don't wait. Go to libertyoncall.org right now, for not just your sake, but for the sake of your loved ones. Again, that's libertyoncall.org.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
This is Dan Pillett. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
With the many stock market ups and downs over these last few weeks, many people are asking themselves, are they doing the right thing? Do they have the right financial plan in place? Here's the real question. You should be asking yourself, do you have the right financial professional in place? Well, my friend Rocky DeFrancisco, attorney and founder of the Wealth Preservation Institute, has authored a new book called Bad Advisors, How to Identify Them and How to Avoid Them. In this book, you'll identify financial planners who are forbidden by their broker-dealers from giving you the best advice. You'll understand why most CPAs, EAs, and accountants don't even provide proactive advice to help you save for your taxes. And, of course, you're going to identify insurance agents who are forbidden from selling you the best products available in the marketplace. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. It's only your retirement dollars. And for a limited time, we're going to give you the free ebook version of this book, Bad Advisors, How to Identify Them, How to Avoid Them. Call right now, 888-772-2929. That's 888-772-2929. Take control of your financial lives today.
Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us, docram.com, docram, docram.com, or you can go to richardallenmiller.com, Richard, A-L-A-N, Miller.com. And Miles is with us from Europe. Miles and Rick, I've been reading about Analyte water, and for years we have been making it available at the Get Prepared Expo in gallons and quarts at wholesale prices, literally. And we use it here at the farm. And there are some great claims about this Analyte water that those who have tested it have not found a germ or pathogen that it won't kill. And my understanding is that Analyte water has been used as a sanitizer in Russia and Japan for decades, and it's been used to treat burn victims in Europe. It's used to sanitize drinking water in Latin America and Africa. So this is something that, well, Miles, this is something that is probably the best answer for protecting your country, right?
Well, I don't want to talk about the country. I can only talk for me and the village here.
Okay. What I meant was for your countrymen who were on the lines. That's what I mean.
So what that Analyte does is it is if you have it's the water that is being created at the negative pole at the anode, and you can scale it in its pH. And what it does, it has a crystalline structure, and it kills off every pathogen and virus. It's been used in stables, especially in hog stables here, in order to disinfect the hog stables or chicken scoops and chicken stables in farm equipment. And it has some applications in the medical industry over here as well. And what we're doing with it is we are applying that into nebulizers. We have them in every office where we have contact with them. We have nebulizers where we're nebulizing them into the air. And we have these hand disinfection sprays that you can just grab and spray onto your hand and rub it in. So, and we are spraying uniforms and everything after the shift. We have 3 shifts on the border and 3 shifts on the borders and patrolling the areas in order to picking them up and bringing them to the so-called first contact centers. We can't call them camps anymore here in Europe. That would right away go to a Second World War, that we would have camps again here. So it's a first contact center, and they're being checked for what they have on their body and in their pockets, in their backpacks, and even in their suitcases. And I can tell you something very interesting what we're finding. We're finding men that have thousands, not hundreds, not dozens, thousands of euros in their pockets or in their wallets. And they have cell phones, they have smartphones with GPS, and Google Maps is showing them the shortest way to the next border crossing where they can cross over to Germany.
Yeah, an invasion on a whole different level.
It's totally organized. Somebody is pulling the strings, and we are just flabbergasted what's going on here. Because you stop a man, he presents his wallet, no passport, but between 5 and 12,000 euros, or let's say between 1,000 and 12,000 euros, that's what we found in wallets or in pockets of their pants. Incredible.
Miles, are you saying that some of this could be used as bribery money?
I don't think this is bribery money. Not everybody is having that kind of amount of money on the body. It is just certain men. It's not the females, it's the males that do carry that money. And when you look at their posture and on the anatomy of their body, you can say that these men have already been trained or have somewhat been in some kind of service.
What happened to the brain police and paranoia meters? I remember
Doc,
when you could use voice stress analyzer and be able, use a simple device and tell when somebody's lying over a telephone. Now, I am going to point out something else. Used to be we worried about our water. Why is it we're now having to worry about our air? You know, it's like 3 minutes for air, 3 minutes for water. It's three. Air is 3 days for water and 3 weeks for food. It's 3 minutes for air. And right now, everything is indicating that our air supply is being hijacked. Literally, from weapons with lithium and aerosols to lock down a city to who knows what's in it.
So, Rick, are you suggesting that these refugees are bringing in biologicals that are airborne?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's exactly what I'm going to suggest. Yes.
Oh, I can give you some facts on that. We have 2 cases of lepra in a hospital in the isolation ward. We have hepatitis B, hepatitis C. We have people that have polio infections that are coming in here that are contagious. This is what's going on here.
And so, whatever happened to the concept of Ellis Island?
Well, Ellis Island is being flooded now by somebody who is pulling the string.
To the point where it's orchestrated. And right now, the airborne and aerosols that they're working in our atmosphere with geoengineering and the rest of it is so creepy as to be a science fiction novel. I mean, I'm not kidding. This is like a type of invasion, and it's ramped up. You can watch the ramping up in the last 2 years where there is now blatant in your face A child can't even recognize what a real cloud is anymore. What does this mean to me as an individual? It's a whole new need for, I don't know, just a type of hygiene.
Miles, did you say leprosy?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
That's what I thought. Now that's a chronic infection, and initially it's without symptoms. So
watch yellow fever and malaria and how that's going to play with our insect population. And that's, again, the crosstalk of the environment with what we call epigenetics.
Well, I'm more concerned about what the World Health Organization and the UNHCR are doing in Greece and in Croatia, and like the first contact point in a European country, where all of them that are coming in are being vaccinated. Not all. Mostly the children are being vaccinated to protect them. It's a good argument for every mother that has a child to protect them against the bad diseases that are here in Europe. And so these children are carriers of something that we had a flu here that took out the elderly here. It took 3 weeks to get off that flu. It was incredible. It went to the point where somebody couldn't breathe anymore.
Here we are.
We had death here. We have a death toll in the last, we have an increase of the senior death toll of approximately 20%. This is not this is just now it's not the exact number, but this is what, when we were talking here with our doctors, this is the death toll that they have been reporting to the federal level, and that was mostly due to a flu infection. So wait until they come over to you. You will get your share in how they are being treated and protected by something out of the cellars of the CDC as well.
So it's all part of the United Nations move, too. This is your new world order trying to take over the world.
Doc, we cannot self-defend here. If we are being attacked, we are ordered to stand down. They basically can come down to us and slap us, and we cannot. We are not allowed to fight back.
We have that same problem with so-called Agenda 21. And really, all they need is a natural disaster to declare martial law. And with martial law, that's where Obama or someone then, you can't hold elections during a martial law.
We are already at martial law. Since Paris, Europe is under special condition. France has disbanded the civil rights. We have 3 months of martial law, not only in Paris, it is now in France that we have declared martial law.
And because why all the people are going into the streets to protest the government. I've been reading news and listening to reports coming out of Paris. It's really interesting. Nobody believes it any more than 9/11. Yes, there were people that died. They were sacrificed by whom? For what purpose?
Interestingly, the French government knew ahead who was to be who was going to do what in Paris. They already knew about it, and
and he's interestingly already dead, so he can't be questioned and da-da-da. I saw that news report this morning.
Yeah, they all die of lead poisoning, interestingly, and they're still looking for the last one that are hiding under some rock somewhere in France.
The report that I read said that 5,000 rounds were used in that exchange. That's unbelievable.
5,000?
5,000 rounds, yes.
Let me tell you that my wife in 2008 was at the terror attacks in Mumbai. She was in the line of fire. She has been shot at. And right in front of her hotel room were 34 people executed in that one hotel. This here had a taste of the same organization. I cannot help myself for that.
Miles, please stay with us. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us, and Sean has been very patiently waiting. Sean, Please stand by if you can, and I'd like to hear more about that execution. We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich, working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare, having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
I want to be able to smoke inside, cut down on cigarettes, jog without wheezing, be kissable, and save money.
Then you want LeSig e-cigarettes. Get the highest quality, best tasting vaping experience on the market with unmatched customer service from LeSig. And right now, gobble up this deal. Buy $30 worth of any products and get a starter kit for only $5. Use code SK at checkout. But hurry, offer good only until Thanksgiving at LeSig.com. LECIG.com. Kick some ash with LeSig.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI Armor.com. Come and take it.
Class, a very serious broadcast right now. Doc Ram is with us. Dr. Richard Ellen Miller, Miles from Europe. Miles, let me make sure I fully understand. France is under martial law right now. Leprosy has come in from the Syrian refugees, as well as hepatitis B and C from the Syrian refugees. Is that correct?
Well, it's not the Syrians, it's more the Afghans that are having these issues. The Syrians are in pretty good condition, although they look as they have suffered the most.
Okay. What is your greatest concern at the moment? You mentioned your wife was in harm's way, pretty serious situation, and I could hear the passion in your voice.
Well, it is. The signature these attacks had were similar to the ones in 2008 in Mumbai. You have teams that are suicide bombers. You have another team of snipers or shooters that were going into hotels and were addressing or were taking care of or were taking hostages, international hostages in these big hotels. And then you had a team of shooters going into the main train station and wreaking havoc there. So you had a couple of teams that were only tasked to create terror, havoc, and fear. And the same now happened in Paris, not for the first time. We had the Charlie Hebdo a couple of months ago, and we had another incident in Paris, and now we have the big one. And the interesting point with that is the European Union states, and especially Germany, have invoked the state of mutual defense guarantee. So we are basically at war here right now.
The European states have agreed to mutual defense. Against whom?
By the way, I need to interrupt. Ed Marvini just sent you something you should take a look at that is exactly relevant to this conversation right now.
All right, I'll take a look right now.
Yeah.
Miles, mutual defense.
On Strong Cities Network.
Okay.
Paris is on the list.
I'll probably be able to do that at the top of the hour, which is in 5 minutes or so. Miles, mutual defense against whom?
It's like with you. It's like with you and the war on terror. We have a war on terror here since Paris as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's somewhat nameless and faceless.
Exactly.
Man, how do you win one of those?
Well, interestingly, we will have a new computer program that will take care of that. They were allocating funds now, so everybody who's coming into the European Union has to undergo a special treatment, or the ones that are already here now have to be not only registered, but they have to be biometrically scanned and registered. The database then will be run against the international database of secret polices or the Interpol database. So, and the interesting part with that database as well is it's not only for the ones that are coming now to as refugees. Everybody is going to be scanned because our highways are already equipped with the digital camera systems. And when you pass a bridge, or when we have these special bridges for toll collect, it's all everything automated. So you are automatically been biometrically scanned, registered with what kind of vehicle you had, whether the vehicle has a tax tag or even the highway fare tag on there. So everything is being counter-checked. We are coming into the technocratic society with this computer system, and my guess is that this was done purposefully in order to get that computer system implemented in Europe now.
We're going into the top of the hour break. news and commercial announcements. Miles, will you be sticking around?
Yes, I have something else I want to mention later after the break.
Okay. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us. And Sean, we will do what we can to bring you on. You've been holding for a very long time, probably a record. This is USAPrepares.com. Very serious discussion. Please don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Don't take a cold or flu lying down. Stand up and fight back with Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver is a natural immune system booster that is highly effective against viruses, bacteria, and fungus. Supernatural Silver is perfect for daily use and can be taken orally or used topically to keep you protected from whatever comes your way. This new technology is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver and is supported by extensive research from over 300 clinical studies at universities and independent research facilities across the country. Supernatural Silver has an exceptionally long storage life and should be an essential part of your emergency preparedness. Don't be caught off guard. Give your body the support it needs to fight off deadly pathogens that are lurking everywhere. Stock up on Supernatural Silver and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI Armor.com. Come and take it.
I want to be able to smoke inside, cut down on cigarettes, jog without wheezing, be kissable, and save money.
Then you want the SIG e-cigarettes. Get the highest quality, best tasting vaping experience on the market with unmatched customer service from the SIG. And right now, gobble up this deal. Buy $30 worth of any products and get a starter kit for only $5. Use code SK at checkout. But hurry, offer good only until Thanksgiving at LeSig.com. LECIG.com. Kick some ash with LeSig.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us on the West Coast. Miles in Europe. I'm in Missouri. And Miles, I'd like to share with you and Rick an email I just got that Rick was telling me from Ed Marvini, USAPrepares.com instructor on the East Coast. It says, Vince, look at the UN agenda for the Strong Cities Network. Paris is on the list. Be prepared to see. Bigger picture is that our prospective government management teams have allowed all this to take place. Plan on seeing much more of this happening within the Strong Cities Network as part of the UN program. If this isn't fantasy, not sure what it is. According to the strongcitiesnetwork.org website, the cities are, and I will read them to you, New York, London, Beirut, Aarhus, Atlanta, Rotterdam, Victoria, Stockholm, Copenhagen, Kano, Montreal, Palermo, Mumbai, Denver, Mombasa, Paris,
Now, how
Dakar.
come some other cities aren't mentioned?
Hold on. Dakar, Tunis, Medellin, and Antalya, Minneapolis, Oslo, Puno. Do these names look familiar? Why don't we see DC, Chicago, or Tel Aviv? Because they have nothing to worry about since they sponsor it. Rick, your question?
Well, yeah, there are a bunch of other cities that, like Chicago, that are not on that list. How does that work?
Miles?
Well, the UN has given out a roadmap. The UN has a roadmap on how to socially engineer events, like theatrical events that are staged, in order to then build legislation on top of that. It's like Sandy Hook and 9/11, and every of these incidents had as a following a change in legislation. And these strong cities are being used as a tool because, okay, they're major cities, but still they can handle things there better because of the forces, but they're not that important that they would put something very much at risk there. So this is a UN agenda that's been rolled out, and the strong cities all have something in common. They have a surveillance computer system that brings us to the J2 system, that brings us to the technocratic society where everything is being monitored through an AI system. And we can see that here, like the entire highways, they're monitored here. So they basically know what you do before you do it because they have a roster on you when you normally are doing things. And they know what you would say before you say it, and they know who you're hanging out with. So welcome to the new world. We're already almost there. And now I'm coming back to the question, what is with that insanity program that Doc was talking about in the first hour?
Yeah, and it gets better because here's the deal. We now have algorithms in our AI system that can accurately predict into the future some 26 minutes now. It's that accurate. That means they're using it like Minority Report in barrios and small city ghettos to know when a crime is going to be committed in that store before it actually happens.
Well, Nick Baggage reported
that software exists right now.
Yeah. Nick Baggage reported on that.
Is using that as a way to control and manipulate man. And if you want to follow it down the rabbit hole I've been looking at, there is an extinction protocol because there are too many people and it's not possible to control that group of secondary citizens as labor.
And the oxygen levels are dropping. We have a decrease in oxygen here, about almost 1% from last year to this year.
It gets better because there is, in my understandings now, some kind of either breakaway civilization, a previous one that got away from the flood, other than the way Noah did it, and or something else is going on here I don't quite get. But
Do you want me to talk about that, Doc?
What's that?
Do you want me to talk about that, Doc?
Sure, yeah. You mean breakaways and the rest of it? I've been hanging out with Carol Rosen. She lives just down the street, and she's been a good friend of mine, where Russia is trying to do a treaty program in space so that what's happening on Earth is not taken into outer space.
Okay, Doc. You need to look up one scientist. His name is Charles Prometheus Steinmetz. Charles Prometheus Steinmetz was a German socialist, born 1860, I think.
I know Steinmetz. I'm quite familiar with him. I know that. That was one of the things they required in freshman physics, is to study Steinmetz.
Yes. Steinmetz.
Physics, I might add, in undergraduate school.
Steinmetz was the head of R&D of General Electrics. General Electrics is a corporation that was put together from Thomas Alva Edison's Edison Corp and two other corporations that made a merger. And Edison was working on AC currents, but Steinmetz all made it possible. And Steinmetz then with GE and RCA had at Bolinas Station an analog computer system with an antenna where they could teleport from Bolinas to the station to San Francisco on the other side. And it was something like an antenna that looked like the Eiffel Tower, that when you were standing under that Eiffel Tower, on the one side of that, you look out the Eiffel Tower, you see Ballina Station, California, and on the other side, when you look out through the tower down there, you can see San Francisco Bay. And this computer system this analog electrical engineering system was the beginning of the breakaway civilization, because Steinmetz then was tasked to put a lid on that. And he had good friends. He was the founder of the Technocratic Society in 1920, if I'm not wrong. So Steinmetz is somebody who was stirring these technocrats up for the development of a world where technology will be there for the betterment of mankind. But everything that was under lid, that was not to be published, was taken, for instance, to Sonoma Air Club, to the flight club there, and they were using his knowledge to build gravitational anti-gravity balloons and airships. So this was the beginning of a so-called breakaway civilization. And interestingly, all that knowledge came from 1950 studies out of Germany, especially Germany, from Breslau University, from Leipzig University, and Dresden University. So from there, you can follow the breadcrumbs.
So I'm reminded of the movie The Abyss, when he goes down into the trench and meets angels, a type of life form that has evolved differently because of epigenetics. And this whole construct of possibilities include Noah, when there were another group of individuals that went down into Middle Earth to survive the flood. It's written about in the Bible, and my guess is there's something like a gray that was probably humanoid. Now, that's my guess. And being underground for that many years has evolved in the environmental thing an adaptation that would appear alien. There's all possibilities here. I can envision another construct of dimensional where it is a reflection of yourself from the future. So, there's more going on here than anybody understands. I certainly know I don't understand. But I find it, how did Spock put it? Fascinating.
Steinmetz quoted, to quote Steinmetz, who understands what electricity is, has the technology of the gods. And he was hiding his secrets like in 12 volumes of his book in order to describe what electricity is, and nobody could go that way because the Steinmetz was so far. He was a hunchback. He was 4 feet high and hunchback.
He looked also like in one of the reads in freshman physics. When you first start physics, you know about Steinmetz. You know about specific individuals like Newton. That's where you start your journey. And Steinmetz and his concepts are now, we're in another epoch. Here we are. Electric current. I think the thing that's real is our experiences.
Well, Doc, we have 2 breakaway civilizations.
Yeah, maybe.
One,
there's Gomer Pyle. We might have a third one.
Well, we might have as well a third one. But the 2 let me rephrase it. I think, it's a guess, it's my opinion, that we have one in Antarctica that you visited, and we have one operating out of North America.
How about the one on Mars? Or wait, let's talk about who owns the asteroid belt. What was that originally?
That's a great question.
There's all kinds of possibilities here.
Miles,
I think we're taking it too far.
Miles, where's the one?
Stretching with you because Hollywood, if she could. The thing is, we're creating all of this with our imagination because that is what's real. And just like the reason they're ramping up is they're concerned. They don't give a damn. They're up to run for it as best they can. can, because we are at the end of days, and it defines what happens with the next epoch or not.
Doc, everybody who goes to church has been confronted with the Bible, but they're not confronted with the canons of the canon law. Why is that?
Yeah, what scene philosophy, the Golden Bible.
Yeah, and the Indians, the American Indians, were taught about the Bible.
Medicine, the Golden Bible.
The American Indians were taught about the Bible, and then we stole the land from them.
Yeah, that's true.
By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
ProPure water, the way nature meant it to be. Clean, crisp, and refreshing. ProPure, the most trusted name in gravity water filtration systems. With the silver-infused Pro 1G 2.0 all-in-one water filter. Helps remove and reduce over 200 contaminants. Don't purchase just any filter claiming to be certified. Get the Pro 1G 2.0, the only gravity filter with NSF 42 certification. NSF, valued and recognized for independent certification worldwide. In addition, the Pro 1G 2.0 was independently tested to meet NSF 53 and P231 standards. ProPure, easy to assemble, easy to maintain, easy to clean filters. Purchase with confidence in quality, performance, and customer service. Take advantage of our biggest holiday 25% off sale going on now. Visit your authorized ProPure dealer or ProPureUSA.com. That's ProPureUSA.com. Or call 800-544-3533.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS? Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely. We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS. If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us. Miles is in Europe. Miles, you said something quite alarming to me, and you and I have talked about this on the air and off the air. You mentioned that the oxygen level is down 1%. So we're talking about from 21 roughly the way it used to be, down to 20. Is that what you're saying?
No, we're talking from 18 point to 17 point.
So it's
That's
more than
20%.
5%.
Right,
More
not
than 5%.
but 10%. That's
Yeah,
almost
it's 10%. It's what drop about 1% on the scale that on the measurement, but it's right. Yeah, it's 10% or 12, 15%, something like that. Yeah.
It's alarming.
Well,
absolutely alarming.
That's what I said. They're hijacking our air now, and with the methane hydrates and the heating of the planet, watch what happens next to geographic changes. That's next.
Okay. When I was
the grid, and then we're back to the Stone Age.
When I was in elementary school, I was taught that the content of oxygen in the air was 21%. Now, is this the reason why so many people are short of breath? Sure sounds like it, doesn't it?
Well, oxygen in the body is essential for adenosine triphosphate. And we do have a fairly efficient system of, rebreathing in terms of recycle. And so even with smoke and asbestos and some of the creepy things we do with pneumonia, it's usually adequate enough that cancers don't happen. But that's why cancer's up. One of the reasons is we do not have enough oxygen in our bodies. Now that can be supplemented, with polysaccharides. And they're simple sugars that will rehydrate the body with oxygen, if you will.
Or nitric oxide.
Essentially, one of the power tools that I did. Using, because it's all about oxygen. If you have oxygen present, cancer is eliminated as a byproduct. It's not even about cancer. The body's constantly making mistakes. The epigenetic part is where the environment now is changing your DNA. Not about evolution and, gene passing and stuff like that. This is a whole other level of the hologram that we're now beginning to understand in our relationship to sustainability and being in the environment as part of the organism structure for consciousness. And right now I'm writing about the idea that consciousness is the elementary particle. That's Mei Wen Ho again. Rainbow and the worm. She is the one that influenced Jerry Pollack and his work, and she quotes from Rustin Roy out of Penn State, and the Darwinists are really upset about all of this because it isn't about evolution. Well, it isn't. It's something else is going on here.
I go back to your quote, you are whom you feed.
That's it. There we go. That's when it's all starting to work. We are a habitat, and we have to cooperate. That's a good word.
Sean in North Carolina, you're on with Dr. Richard Allen Miller and Miles in Europe. Welcome.
Hello, Sean. Thank you for holding so long.
Sean, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear
Believe
me?
it or not, yes, we do, and you're on the air after holding for an hour.
Listen, I had a concern, I guess, with the rest of the country because it looks like, we're in bad times. But specifically with the president wanting to bring these, what they're calling refugees, this is an invading army he's sending in here.
Well, it's on another level. It's not going to be about the individual. It'll be with the habitat they're bringing with them.
That's true.
And the imagination.
Well, I've been thinking about this quite a lot lately, and based on a couple things, I think if this is successful, unfortunately, we're going to find out why the government purchased all those ammo rounds, those hollow points that they did. I believe they're a present for these people coming in here to use against them. But I wanted to put a plan out there and get you guys' opinion that
All right,
I thought
Sean, hold that thought, and we're going to need you to say that plan very quickly when we come back after these few short commercial announcements. By the way, Sean, congratulations. You hold the record for holding on the longest. We'll be right back.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Are you still looking for that one iodine that you can really trust? A medical doctor endorsed product that is backed by honest research and true integrative science? Then search no further. Go to NutriMedical.com for Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutriodine, proven time and time again to be the very best iodine available for you. Nutriodine is the only Tesla-activated monatomic plasma iodine in the world. It optimizes mitochondrial function and generation of new mitochondria, from totally neutralizing the venom from a desert recluse spider bite in Southern California to eliminating malaria parasites reported by medical missionaries in central India. Dr. Bill's Nutriodine is simply the most powerful healing formula there is. Nutriodine clears the body of all known pathogens, restores it to an alkaline state, and even promotes stem cell regeneration. Order Dr. Bill's Nutriodine today at 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Does being over 40 make you feel like half the man you used to be? Do you feel more tired, out of shape, not in the mood like you used to be? Thanks to an exclusive formula, you can help boost testosterone levels safely and naturally. Introducing Ageless Male, a life-changing supplement for men tested to help increase testosterone levels.
You'll notice a boost in your energy levels. Workouts work, sex life improves. It's like a light switch goes on.
Try Ageless Male risk-free if you would like to experience what taking Ageless Male can feel like. Support for healthy, normal testosterone levels, healthy energy, and increased performance, and more romance when you want it.
Call 1-800-327-4821. That's 1-800-327-4821. 800-327-4821. 800-327-4821. That's 1-800-327-4821.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without a Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Earthquake, floods, winter storms, prolonged power outages, or war. Each of us have had that moment when we recognize that we need to be better prepared. We typically do the same thing. We start with food storage, then we address the need for water. But have you considered heat storage? I'm talking about staying warm in the cold. Here are some things for you to consider. How will I keep my family warm? The standard answers are firewood, coal, or propane. But the problem with that if you need to be on the move is you can't take it with you. Another concern, there may come a time when you need to stay warm without smoke, like in times of war. There may even come a time when you can't burn fuel. The answers may be simpler and less costly than you think. For these answers, go to fortressclothing.com. Again, FortressClothing.com has the answers to your heat storage dilemma. Don't get stuck in the cold. FortressClothing.com. You'll never be cold again.
That's a very serious broadcast today with Dr. Richard Allen Miller, Miles in Europe. Sean, go very quickly. Please state your thoughts in 2 minutes or less, okay?
Okay. Real quick, the plan that I was thinking about is based on the fact that our military has said that they would definitely be interested in a coup to remove this regime out of power, except they don't have the American people behind them. Too many people are asleep. So as far as the refugees go, I was thinking if a storm of people in the states that the governors have said, no, we're not interested in taking any of these people in, if you contacted them, put the idea to stand vigilant against Obama and actually get the National Guard involved in it to stand around the borders, that's going to put the ball in Mr. Obama's court to make one of two decisions. He's either going to back off and we win, which we know that is not going to happen, or he's going to resort to the military. When the military is riding down the street to attack the National Guard and the people standing up to him, this whole country is going to wake up real quick, and all of a sudden our military has that support they need to turn.
Rick, what do you think?
I
what are your
don't
thoughts?
have it. I'm just worried about my own hometown and what's happening here locally. You know? And I wish I knew my neighbors better. I think that's a good place to start. Go try to find out who's living right next door to me. Those are the people, that's the bunker.
Miles?
Neighbor.
Well,
Miles, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, well, that won't work. The National Guard is a corporation of the state of, let's say, Missouri, Mississippi, Florida. They're incorporated. And so under their fiducial trust, they have to do what the feds are telling them because they receive funds and equipment from the feds, so they are obliged to honor their contracts with them. And this is a road that leads to nowhere. By the way, the federal government in Washington can put, this is how it happened here, can put these refugees at any facility that belongs to the feds, and you do not have a say in that.
Kind of scary.
Thanks so much, Sean. I appreciate the call. You know, it really is. It is scary. How did all this happen? The country that we knew in the 1950s, or we thought we knew, 50s and the 60s, is no longer here. We've been sold out. We've got Michael in New York. Michael in New York, welcome. I got to go. I've got an emergency. Please carry on. I've got to go.
Okay.
Okay, take care, Vincent. Good morning. Good morning, Miles. Good morning, Dr. Miller.
Good morning, Mike.
You know, guys, the reason why we're in this mess, and this is a golden opportunity of what's transpiring there in Europe, for everybody in our respective countries to, first of all, recognize it's United Nations behind all of this. It's their global agenda, which has multiple purposes, and, of course, to destroy the cultures of all the individual countries is part of that. And reduce us all into third world status without any middle class, that's becoming obvious to everybody. And by presenting this to everyone and just focusing on this as the problem and demanding then that our respective countries, go into our respective representatives in our respective governments, demanding that we withdraw from the United Nations, kick them out, cut off all funding. Then we'll find out that those respective representatives will say, oh, no, we can't do that. Then it becomes clearly obvious to all of us they are part of the problem. They are the enemy. Nobody else is. And then by explaining how it's a United Nations global agenda issue, they're behind all this, then make it obvious by presenting the clear facts that we're over there blowing the smithereens and destroying countries that have no threat to us or any problem to us directly. And at the same time, these poor people are being considered refugees, even though, of course, obviously, there's hardly any women or children. It's all men of military age. And they're calling them refugees, and they're flooding all these other countries, except for Israel and Saudi Arabia, which is very revealing about who the United Nations really is. And so by shutting down the United Nations, cutting off all funding, and then demanding that we withdraw our militaries from these foreign countries, bring them back home, secure our borders as it should be, then suddenly we'll notice how all these problems just disappear on the planet, because it's all the United Nations global problem, a global agenda. They're the ones causing all these problems so that they can have a total takeover with a global government system, economic as well, and they need to destroy all the individual sovereignty of every nation in order to accomplish that.
Doc?
I'm concerned about my own home right here. I think that we need to take a closer look at what's actually happening in Paris and how this is playing out as a UN project based on we're in stage 4 of 5 stages for control. There's a manifesto at the United Nations. It was written up in the 50s, and they're following it to the letter. Complacency. It's happening before you can move it. They've outthought us. That's including the software that can predict crime and your actual behavior before you even know what you're going to do. And to deploy weapons that were used in Syria or Iraq in Brands Pass, Oregon, is an abomination. And that's why we have militia. That's why we have the National Guard. That's why we have Oath Keepers, the Ku Klux Klan, the Posse Comitatus, the Mormons, the Seventh-day Adventists. It'll go ecumenically. Watch.
Well, I don't want to ruin the party, but I take a perspective. I take the perspective from a lawful or how they present law to us. Okay, the United Nations is an organization that was formed on Presidio Naval Base in order to fight the axis of evil. Most of the countries back then that were here on the planet formed that organization in order to have a mutual interest group to force somebody they don't want out. The problem is that these nation states, the idea of the nation states was formed on the Vienna Congress in 1807. Back then, all the royalties met for 2 months in Vienna, Austria, and had a party. It was not a congress. The Vienna Congress was called the Congress is dancing, because they had all fun. The nobility was sick and tired of getting killed in all these wars and conflicts, and so the idea was to form the nation states where the peasants and the slaves governed themselves. And the concept of a nation and a nation states is nothing else as a corporate structure that is governed by the ones that are being selected and then elected by the herd, by the slaves themselves. So somebody in the background behind the UN has the title to all of that. And the title to all of that, the title holder, you witnessed in September coming over to you and giving speeches behind flags that had no golden fringe. That means we are not talking admiralty, but we're talking canon law. And under canon law, the Pope was giving out the orders as the chief in charge. And if you go back to the Organic Constitution of 1871, you will find out that one of the signatory party, the grantor of the rights that were then granted in 1871, that was the Pope. So I don't think that if you ask your politicians and that you demand something, that there will happen anything.
Oh, I agree, Miles. That's part of the whole point of the whole process. It'll verify to all the people of their respective nations who the real enemies are. Those that refuse to represent them, the people of their country, rather represent this oligarchy called the United Nations of non-elected people, clearly run by somebody behind it, as you said, then nobody can deny that. This is perfect golden opportunity to wake the people up in the best fashion possible, and of course to destroy that controlling mechanism behind the United Nations, because the United Nations is their baby, and this is how we can get right to them and take them out by getting rid of the United Nations. So, for example, here in the United States, CAFTA, NAFTA, now TPP, that's all United Nation activity. And it's destroying our country. Economically, they gutted us. Middle class it's gone. They've given away all our high tech the jobs and the technology to foreign competitive countries that are communist, clearly. And but that gets by the sheeple. That didn't register. For years I'm like, don't you understand? We're building up an enemy we're going to go to war with. That's what they're doing. It's just a matter of time. But they're so asleep they didn't get that. But this is the wake up method that they can't deny. That at this stage they're all feeling it in their pockets as well. And they can't deny what they're seeing, that this is all transpired and it's united. And another way I keep reminding them is, how many times you hear globalism when you listen to the propaganda media on the boob tube or the radio, mainstream radio? Globalism this, global that. That's United Nation activity. They can't deny this. And then when they confront their respective representatives and they find out they won't cooperate with getting rid of the United Nations because they're part of that, then they have to come to terms with the enemy is here in our own respective countries. It's a domestic enemy planted here by this United Nations body. And so I know it's a long shot, guys, and I know I'm dreaming here. But this is a golden opportunity that people could be picking up, and we could drive out destroy the United Nations from all our respective countries.
Michael, let's get to that after the break. I follow more the lead of Dr. Miller. Get to know your neighbors. This is your bunker, and develop something new. Vincent, you're back.
We have a health emergency right here. I will not be able to continue. Please continue for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today. If you or someone you care about loves outdoor adventure, then check out slingbow.com for some unique holiday gift ideas. That's slingbow.com, where we have some innovative new products for the archer, hunter, or bow fishing enthusiast in your family. Now through January, use the promo code HOLIDAY to get free shipping in the US or Canada. And from all of us at Slingbow Industries, have a safe, joyous, and peaceful holiday season.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USILVER for your free catalog, or go to onesilversolution.com. Onesilversolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
What looks good under your Christmas tree and tastes even better? Big Berkey water filters. Yes, the gift of clean water. A gift that provides a great foundation for achieving good health in the lives of your loved ones. A Big Berkey water filter gives them protection from bacteria, heavy metals, chlorine, fluoride, pesticides and herbicides, VOCs and more. And best of all, a Big Berkey water filter is a gift that lasts for many years with no additional investment. And that saves time and money in filter replacements that other water filters require, and are even powerful enough to purify treated, untreated, or even stagnant pond water. As always, all orders over $50 are shipped free, and GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Order online at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com, spelled Big, B-E-R-K-E-Y, waterfilters.com, or call 877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Gift well this Christmas. Give a Big Berkey water filter.
My name's Clyde, age 59, and I reside in Florence, South Carolina. The doctors diagnosed me as having clogged arteries. It felt like I was carrying heavy concrete blocks around my feet and legs. I started taking Heart and Body Extract as directed. It is less than 3 weeks, and I'm like a young man again. It's unbelievable that an herbal formula can work so fast and so powerfully.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Well, as Vincent is not able to be with us, they have a health emergency on the farm, so whoever who is inclined to pray for Vincent and his family.
What happened?
He has a health emergency, and he's not able to stay on air for the last segment.
Wow.
So whoever who is inclined to pray, please pray for Vincent's family and Vincent to have the situation resolved quickly and hopefully in a positive way.
We'll wait to see what he'll communicate via email. That'll be the best way, not to call right now and just let him sort it out.
Yes. I want to address something to you. I want you to look up a fellow with the name Marcin Jakubowski. Marcin Jakubowski. He is a PhD in nuclear physics, Princeton scholar, received his PhD in Wisconsin, and after he received his title in nuclear physics, I quote him now, he said, "I am worthless." What he meant is that with all the physics that he studied, it was a very good basis for understanding the world better, but he was not able to create something. And what Marcin Jakubowski then did is he created the movement for the Global Village Construction Set. He is constructing Global Village Construction Set, or his webpage. You'll find it under Marcin, M-A-R-C-I-N, Jakubowski. And
I'll find him. I didn't get that, but I'll find him. Okay.
Okay. He has a TED Talk. He has a TED Talk on YouTube.
That's what we're talking about.
He has a TED Talk. Just type in his name on YouTube and look for the TED Talk 2011 he gave. He bought a farm and started developing all the tools that you need to build a village and just to separate yourself from every kind of government that there is in order to have a global, self-sustaining environment and village. And he's produced.
I would be remiss if I did not say that in the United States there is a little-known law in riparian water rights that allows a small village or community to take over the management of their natural resources if that federal park, whatever it is, was not ever under federal scrutiny and federal judges. And this is why now there are towns all down in Nevada and Northern California that are taking over management of their own natural resources rather than allowing logging and other kinds of things. The thing is, we need to realize that there's a war going on for our mines, and they're winning or not. And as we unite each other in barter and relationship of exchange as a ecumenical, where this bunker is Missouri Synod Lutheran or something of that nature. That is probably what I'm seeing happening here in America now. Charismatics. They call them permaculture and other kinds of things, but there is in Bozeman a thing called the 1,000 Gardens program run by children, where the children have to put 1,000 gardens in a given town before they can move to the next one. And it spreads as a small, slow steps alley project. I'm doing that here at Pacifica. I've got a 2,000-acre farm now, that Pacifica Gardens. You can look it up in Williams. And we're going to do a Caterpillar, which is a bus that teaches children. It's a traveling lab that teaches small children how to determine if the water is drinkable or not.
Wow. So time was flying again, and Doc, I apologize that I was jumping on the show.
I'm sorry about Vincent. I hope everything's good.
Yeah, so
let's all say a prayer for Vincent, gentlemen, and everybody listening.
So let's finish the show as Vincent all does. What comes next is up to you.
By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Then get on board with the Tax Admiral and let us steer your way to financial freedom.
The IRS is the largest collection agency in the world. They can freeze your bank accounts, seize your car, home, will garnish your paychecks and benefits.
Don't take on the IRS alone. I can fight for you using industry secrets that can help stop the IRS. I'll cut your penalties, slash your interest, and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company with over 30 years experience helping people clean up their mess with the IRS. And we have a 95% customer satisfaction rating.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, are facing an audit, a lien, or levy, then call me right away.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.